Hello, hello, hello. It is Kitchen Counter Oracle dark and early on this Christmas Eve morning because I'm trying to sleep and something does not want me to sleep. So I'm just sitting here staring off into space with my gallon jug of water because I'm thirsty. Mm. This could be a thirsty karmic energy, but then again, we have karmic energy in an absolute uproar. This is once again another tower channeling for the sign of Pisces. This could be somebody with a Pisces placement. This could be somebody dealing with that Pisces placement. It can be anywhere in your chart: Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, South Node, womp womp womp. But the thing is, this isn't going to be a North Node energy. This is actually a very heavy South Node energy. So you could have a Pisces South Node. Um, Older, younger, doesn't really matter. This could also be Pisces Aquarius cusp and or Pisces Aries cusp. Again, don't know, don't care. Energy is energy. I'm just reading the shit. The descriptions for the legal disclaimers and stuff like that are going to be in all description boxes of the video. We don't do that. It's to protect us from people who want to go bonkers and complete and total bad shit over a general channeling, because if it makes you feel some type of way, then it does, but at the same time, you don't get to cause problems and or blame us for the decisions you make. So it's really to protect us from people with lacking comprehension skills. Let's put it that way. I'm getting a lot about emotional manipulation. Shocker, big shocker, because Virgo is the opposite of Pisces, and both are extremely manipulative. Both really like to be of service and help. The helperton complex side of that would definitely be on Pisces. And like a Virgo, sometimes Pisces gets a little gaslighty and upset when people are not of service the way they think they should be. And the truth of the matter is, it's not that people aren't usually of service, they're not of service the way you think they should be of service. Like, take me for example. I'm expected to do more in terms of showing up to volunteer and stuff like that because I'm single and childless. If I'm not at work, then I should be helping X, Y, and Z shit and stuff like that. And it's like, well, I have bills to pay, I have a house to run, a car that needs to be serviced, cleaned, and stuff like that. And there's not just a little magic fairy that shows up to do all that for me. So, guess what? You get what I'm able to give as I'm able to give it. Okay? Okay. There's a lot in the air, like just spell work reversing, period, point blank. And if you have been on you or whoever has been on the receiving end of beauty spells, that is now being removed off of you. Your health is being restored. Your vitality is coming back. Your skin's clearing up. Your hair's growing back if it was falling out and breaking off and stuff like that. And I mean, it's just whatever magic was wrongfully placed on a person, it has to be taken off. Because I mean, it's just, in order for something to be justifiable, something has to be legitimately done to you to justify it. Because you're insecure and triggered is not an excuse. If you did it to help better your chances of getting a man, I immediately am not going to respect you. Period. I'm just not. It is what it is. Then there's the whole somebody here is incredibly butthurt because there is a prophecy over a person and the bloodline in which they come from on one end of their family tree. Like, the prophecy is on the person's father's side of the family, but this person is a relation to you through your mother's side of the family. Basically, this person is butthurt because they can't be part of the prophecy. They can't be part of the legacy and stuff like that. You don't, and in their eyes, you don't exclude your family. You don't leave them out of anything. They are to be included. And if they can't be included, then they're just going to destroy it. That type of thing. And it's just like, yeah, that's really going to make me want to hang out with you going forward. That type of thing. So somebody here may not understand why they can't be part of something, and they're using the grant, like family and family participation, as an excuse to be involved. And the truth of the matter is, not everybody, like, when God tells you to work alone, it really means work by yourself. That also means you are not to include your family members. And the thing is, if you were truly God's servant, you wouldn't be trying to bend, twist, and manipulate the meaning of God's word to suit your narrative. Oh yeah, that's for a bunch of folks. God is not happy about that. I'm going to tell you that right here and now. God is not happy about that. Because there's a lot of narcissistic folks that head many a church, and they are often twisting and manipulating the true meaning of God's word. And God is not happy. God is not in a lot of churches because of that. And I'm going to sip my water. So somebody here also may need to learn the meaning of drink your water and mind your business. And right as I say that, my doorbell camera that's charging clicks. And what's funny is I have it turned face down, so it can't really record anything in my room and stuff like that. But still, it's just like, tell me you're monitoring without telling me you're monitoring. Somebody here could definitely be a monitoring spirit. Somebody here may very well be responsible for some witchcraft that has happened in somebody's life and stuff like that. Life milestones are not a competition. So when you have like a 7 to 15 year age gap between you and a relative, and you want to be on the same level as them, the thing is, you're going to look incredibly stupid for trying, because nobody launches a vendetta against an older relative, whether it be a sibling or a cousin, like somebody who is not allowed to be part of X, Y, and Z activities due to age gap. This isn't a competition. And the thing is, somebody here is up at night in guilt. That is a guilty conscience at play, because you know what you said, you know what you did to negatively impact a person's life in the name of competition and stuff like that, or to just get back. It's a misplaced revenge plot, basically. This person has a need to get back and humble a person, but their emotions in the matter are dramatically misplaced. The one out of line is actually the person launching the attacks. And my thing is, you have to take your lumps when things come full circle. Because my grandmother told me when I was 16 years old, at the age of 12, you're accountable for your own soul. I mean, it is what it is. So somebody here started something in terms, again, a misplaced revenge plot when they were 12 or 13 years old against an elder relative just for being ahead of them in life. And in reality, it was them doing age appropriate activities such as graduating from university and looking for a full-time job and joining the workforce. They're not exactly going to include things their 12 to 13-year-old cousin has to say. And when younger cousin has a tendency to speak to somebody like they're a charity case because of tragic events that nobody could control, yeah, dots are going to get connected, boundaries are going to be put up accordingly, because it's not the kid that's the problem, it's the kid's parents that are the problem. The parents, the aunts, the uncles, the grandparents, and so on down that line. Because when you're like a 14-year-old speaking to somebody like they're a charity case, but you want to really know how that branch feels about you, listen to what their kids have to say. Pay attention to their kids when they are conversing with you. Believe me when I say they'll snitch. Oh, they'll snitch. Um, because this actually happened to me. My mother died when I was dreadfully young, and I was raised by my maternal grandparents. There was one cousin on my mother's side of the family who is much younger than me, but would speak to me like I was a charity case when she was like 13, 14 years old. And I'm just over here like, excuse me, little bitch. I'm about to slap the Mario coins out of you. It took, like, she made my slapping hand itch like crazy. She was so condescending. But then again, I look at who her father is, and it's just like, because I know for a fact she did not get that from her mom. She got that from her daddy and her daddy's side of the family. And it's just like, okay, bet. Noted. But another instance I learned when I was 14 years old, there was a family friend that was like first, second grade at the time. She just comes up to me one day and says, everybody says you're anti-social, my God. And I was just really quiet, really shy, didn't know how to open up, so I preferred to keep to myself and read. Reading was my comfort zone, so that's just what I did. And my thing is, people are truly bothered by quiet people because society is predominantly extroverted. So when you have that one introvert in the mix of a bunch of extroverts, it's going to bother folks because they cannot read you. They don't know where you stand with something. You're just not performing the way you think they should perform. So they're dedicated to labeling you something bad until you start performing the way they want you to perform according to their comfort zone. And the thing is, it's not what the girl said, it's who her parents were. It's who her parents were. And then the neighbors across the street who happened to be my Sunday school teachers at church. And it's just like, okay, noted. Like, I have been clocking stuff like this for years. So it's really not a surprise. But at the same time, it is what it is. And the truth be told, sorry isn't going to fix damage that was knowingly caused. And even if you are a relation, it does not entitle you to this thing called forgiveness. Now, you do it for yourself, but at the same time, the way Scorpios like myself tend to go about it, it's just how it works for us. Because, I mean, it's just when you don't emotionally respond, that's one thing. But Scorpios move in a way, it's just like, you don't exist to us anymore. Forgiveness does not give you a place in somebody's life. If forgiveness was such an easy thing, Satan would still have a position next to God's throne in heaven. The thing is, Satan does not. Satan does not have a place again. Sometimes the betrayal is so deep that no amount of forgiveness is ever going to wipe away what was seen, heard, felt, said, etc., etc., etc. And for whoever, there's also in a Pisces, this is either a man with Aquarius and Pisces placements, or he's an Aquarius Pisces cusp. Could just be in Piscean energy. You loved a person's mom, but you hated the man she chose to marry and have kids with. But the thing is, you have been spiritually persecuting her daughter, whether you realize it or not, because of who her father is. Because to sit there and persecute her because of who her father is, but then turn around and say you love her mother is hypocrisy to me, because people don't focus on what they love. They focus on what they hate. And firstborn daughters tend to take a little more after their father than they do their mother. They look a little more, like when it comes to the resemblance, like even if they're a 50 of both parents, they tend to lean a little more toward the dad's side of the family. They take on their mannerisms, personality, etc., etc., etc. And I mean, it's just, it triggers people, especially those that are not healed. Somebody, like the person they love has passed away, but the person they hate, whether they realize this or not, still breathes. I mean, it's just, if somebody has taken it to the point of illegal stalking and all that jazz, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. Because you're either part of this whole thing, or you made yourself an accessory to something, or you put your family up to something they should have never been put up to. And as for the one that's been doing all the beauty and glamour spells and stuff like that, baby, my God. This person does not want whoever it is to speak. They don't want the truth out there, but the thing is, the truth is out there. When you're doing beauty and glamour spells on a naturally, spiritually gifted person, they're going to know it's you. Because whoever this is, they recently got cussed out by a bruja in California for going after somebody who is a natural blood-born white witch. Now, the thing is, white witch doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Green witch doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's just, the person, this Piscean energy persecuted, is an herbalist that just happens to have a gift. Now, the thing is, most of the white witches, and I'm not talking skin color, their energy has had to turn a little gray as of late because of all the spiritual warfare. And it's not because they're doing anything bad, it's just they have to protect themselves however they have to go about it. In my thing and in my eyes, there's nothing wrong with protection work, provided it's not being used to maliciously hurt anyone. When you are binding a person that technically has not done anything to you in the name of protecting yourself, you technically have initiated grounds for retaliation, because you're trying to bind the spirit up of somebody that has not done anything to you. In order for something to be warranted, it has to be justifiable. Precautionary measures are not justifiable. And the thing is, you're not doing protection work, you're doing actual binding work on people out of jealousy, competition, this, that, and the third. And the thing is, everything you've done, everything you've paid for, it has to be undone. Yeah, it has to be undone and dismantled. And that is a lump you have to take, because the bruja that did the work for you, she doesn't want to be on the chopping block because of somebody's petty insecurities. Wrong is wrong no matter how you try to spin it. And yes, karma is definitely a thing, because if you don't believe in karma, there is a thing called debt to spirits. A debt is a debt, and you got to pay up. And with that, I'm going back to sleep.